Anybody want to talk about what they do? Anybody want to introduce themselves? Okay, why don't I ask Komal what you do? What is your job description? What do you work on nowadays? You want to let us know? Hello, okay, Komal, are you there?
Oh, yes.
What you do, Komal? You are in embedded system, VLSI design,
Uh,
you are
I
hardware
work in
designer.
device account.
I think your voice is
No, in
breaking.
PW HANA SAP system. Hello?
Yes, please go ahead. We
Hello?
could not hear you. We could not hear you. Can you please repeat what you said?
Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible. Yes, please go ahead.
Okay. I work in device account uh, in PW HANA team.
Unfortunately, your voice is breaking. Maybe your internet is slow. I don't know whether
Yes,
others have.
actually I am having internet issue. That's why.
Okay, no problem, no problem. We'll talk to you later. No issues. All the best in whatever you do. And
Okay, thank you.
now 2:15, we are going to start. And those who have not joined today, they are going to miss the quiz. 10 marks quiz today. Are you guys ready on whatever I discussed so far? Or I'll do it at the end. Okay, last 10 minutes. 10 minutes, 10 questions. You have to answer from the given options. Is that good? Whatever we discussed, nothing will be outside of what I talked. Is that fair? You guys are ready? Right. I can see thumbs up from Ayush. Thank you, Ayush. Ayush is only person ready. Rest are worried that they will lose 10 marks. No, Ashish is also ready. Good. Who else is ready for quiz for 10 marks quiz questions? Okay, all of you need to be ready. So we will do it at the end. So let me start from where we stopped last time. So do you remember we were on this presentation? Anybody can say yes. We were on this presentation point last time. Can you guys speak? It will be good if you talk, or you can type it. Okay, we were here. We are actually trying to understand how the data center is built, how the evolution of data center happens. And one of the thing is, now we know in the data center you need compute resource, that is CPU, GPU, something TPU is required. Then you need memory. You would need a network controller cards, right? You need all that hardware, right? And then software, like now we will talk about virtualization and operating system and whatever is required to run these data centers, right? That software. So in a very, you can say preliminary servers, you will have server compute, right? Computer, or you can say CPU, server chip, directly connected to the memory storage. So, and I think last time, no, here in this presentation only we discussed if some memory is unused, then how much terabyte of memory unused capacity we can lose. This is what we discuss. Okay, so I'll just recap. You can say if your servers are connected to the memory individually, you may not use it fully. Okay, So utilization may not be, even the server capacity, the compute resource may not be used fully, the memory may not be used fully, you know. So it's giving example on this file that if you have a enterprise that has 800 servers in their data center, and each of those servers had 60 gigabytes of unused storage capacity, then that would mean that you are wasting 48 terabytes of unused capacity across the organization. So this is the problem statement, and that's why instead of direct attach, memory, you have, something called monolithic storage, and then next level of optimization will start. Okay, I hope you understood the problem statement. Okay, so let me. Good morning, everyone. I think you guys can see this view. Okay. Hmm. Okay, so you can see this picture. You have each server, and it is just showing inefficiency of the microprocessor or cross 86 architecture, and you know disk-based storage. Every server is connected with storage, and if a certain memory unused, you have wastage, right? So this problem was relatively easily solved. However, rather than provision direct attached storage for each server, disks were pooled and made accessible via the network. Okay, this allowed many devices to draw from one capacity pool. So instead of having this individual, you can have one monolithic storage array, and you can increase the utilization across the enterprise. You can suppose one server has certain memory available, it can be used, right? So this allowed you to have better utilization. Okay, it also decreased the management overload of storage systems, right? Because it meant that rather than managing 800 storage in silos, perhaps there are only 5 and 10. Okay, so you can, I will show you how the architecture evolves to solve this problem, right? So you to optimize the data center, how do we put all the memory together and then access it, and what is the architecture look like? So this architecture is look like this. There is a LAN, local area network, and then there are servers, and then there is something called FC switch. If you have not heard this FC switch, it is a fiber channel protocol they use, and fiber channel switch is used to connect the storage array. You can see that individual server is not connected to the certain storage, but the whole storage is combined together in the storage array, monolithic storage array. And through the FC switches, um, I don't know, anybody knows, have you heard about FC switches? Anybody can talk about, have you heard about what is FC switches means? Anybody knows, have you heard about it? You can see this in the picture. We have the network connectivity. Huh? So fiber channel switch, okay? The FC switch is fiber channel switch, okay? So basically, this is high speed network switch used in the storage area networks. SAN, we have talked about SAN and all the different types of how you connect the memory to the server, right? To connect the servers to the storage system. So F stands for fiber and C stands for channel. Okay. So what it does is it connects the servers, that is hosts and storage arrays. It carries the block level storage data. Okay. Not the file level. Okay. Provides low latency and high reliability, and it isolates the storage traffic from the normal LAN traffic. Okay. So that is how the uh, structure is architecture is done. Okay, so basically it is suited for delivering a storage because it is lossless and high speed nature. The purpose of the SAN, what is SAN? Anybody can say what is a SAN? Just now we talked. Anybody can. SAN is a storage area networks. Okay. The purpose of storage area network is to direct and store the data, and therefore the loss of transmission is unacceptable. This is why the use of something like TCP/IP networking was not used in the is not used for the first SANs. Okay, we'll talk about the architecture. Just top level, you understand that there is uh, a simple storage array, and then through FC switches you connect to the servers, and then to the network you can manage this storage. Okay, not so whatever we described in the last file, that every individual server connecting the storage there was underutilized and some was getting waste. Now this full storage area is available, so you don't see that wastage, you can utilize more. Okay, so basically also the data is not going through the file system. There are two ways, right? Blocks versus file storage. Data stored in the shared storage device is typically accessed in one or two ways, right? What is that? First way is you can take the block level or the file level. Okay, you can see that file, there are different files. This is all data, right? That data is stored in the storage. So you can either take it at the file level, or you can um, you know granularly access the full file, that block level storage. Okay, storage block the full storage. I will talk about that again in detail. Okay, so what is this block versus file storage? So most storage platforms come with the variety of different data services that will allow the administrator to manipulate and protect the stored data. Okay, so most common is, first, you must have heard snapshots. What is a snapshots means? A storage snapshot is the storage feature that allows an administrator to capture the state and contains the volume or object of certain point of time. This, so many files are there, whatever kind of data, that whole data, the snapshot can be used later. If you can take that snapshot, it is not just one file, two file, the whole database, right? So snapshot are also sometimes copied off offsite. You can keep it somewhere, or they say tape, store in the tape or something, right? So you can recover that wherever you need it, right? um, from so And then there is something called replication is a storage feature that allows administrator to copy or duplicate the data set to the another system, like you put it in some other mm, storage place, right? So replication is most commonly data protection method, copies the data to replicated offsite somewhere, right, available for restore whenever you need it. Okay, at the event of disaster, or you want to retrieve the data, old data. So replication can also have other uses, like like replicating the production data to a testing environment or whatever, right? So you can use this information or data stored, replicated, or snapshot taken for various purpose. But this is how you have the information stored, either in the file format or block, or you can say snapshot is taken or replicate the data. So this is all how the storage works in the server system. And there is something called data reduction. What is data reduction means? Especially in enterprise environments, there is generally a large amount of duplicate data. Duplicate data, you can see that, if there are multiple, even virtual machines, you have the block of the data, and then virtual machines will have their own operating system and they are accessing the data. If each one of them access the data, certain data, there will be a lot of duplicate of data, right? So that means, how do you take care of this duplication of the data? Same information is stored, or used by each of the virtual machines, right? So virtualization component compounds this issue by allowing administrator to very simply deploy tens to thousands of identical operating systems, right? Because in virtual machine, there are each machine will act as a individual machine and they will have their own operating system, right? So in the such cases, a lot of data can be duplicated. So the basically the you have to compress the compression happens to the single file or object, whereas duplication happens across the entire data sets. You can individually you can compress, make it optimized data for one file, but if the file is used by various things, the duplication can happen. So how do you reduce the data? By removing the duplicate data. Often only a fraction of initial data must be stored and you don't need that large data duplicated everywhere. So this is some another thing that you should know in the file storage system or in the block storage system. This kind of things can happen and we need to work on those things based on what we are trying to do. So here this is beautifully explaining how the virtualization of the computer is done. Now we talked about only shared storage, right? Now this shared storage, how each virtual machine uses. So there is a virtual machine and then there is virtualization of server, right? And you have physical hardware, physical servers, A, B, C, D, N. These are servers and you have storage. So how this whole thing is called software defined servers because now there is a virtualization of the software or virtualization of whole thing, like data is there at one place, shared storage, there are physical servers and then there are virtual machines and virtual servers. So how it works I will explain, but this is the, if somebody asks you what is the software defined servers and how virtualization of computer is done, you have to explain this architecture. So basically, in this, what happens is the impact of virtualization change the networking as well, right? That means you can see pre-virtualization, you have each machine connected to each storage. In a post-virtualization, you see this kind of structure where you have physical database, you have shared storage, and then your virtualization server and the virtual machines. We will talk about each of the component, what it means, and is it a hardware or is it a software, what it is, right? Hardware is only this bottom thing, physical server and storage, right? Then there will be something in network also, switches and all that, network will be also there. But at the same time, there are now virtualization done means what happens and how it is handled overall in the data center is I'm going to explain. Okay, so this is just to give you the idea what happens pre and post virtualization, how the network consolidation can happen. Basically, it creates a favorable level of oversubscription of the network links as compared to the waste from the legacy models, right? We will take an example. This figure for gives a example of how consolidation can happen in the post virtualization. We will take the real case studies and explain that, but top level you can understand that the virtualization will help you to optimize the storage, optimize the servers, and the way it is handled is different. And the whole, a lot of things are defined through software. That's why it's called software defined servers. Okay. So there is a terminology used called consolidation ratios. If you are asked a question on what is consolidation ratios means, you should say the consolidation ratio is the way of referring to the effectiveness of some sort of reduction technique. Now we saw there was a lot of wastage of memory, so we put a storage array complete, and then we make virtualized machine, virtual servers, and all that system we talked, right? It will help you to reduce the waste. Utilization will be improved. So now, so when we do this virtualization, we measure this something called consolidation ratio. The example of consolidation ratio would be the amount of physical servers that can be consolidated to a virtual machines on one physical host. Okay, so we will take the example, but we will even calculate what is the consolidation ratio means. But you can imagine we have copies of duplicate data that can be represented by only one copy of the data. If you do that, this is consolidation, right? So like let's say it is giving example like 4:1 virtual CPU to physical cores would indicate a P2V project for that. For every one physical CPU, there are one physical CPU core, there are four virtual CPUs are allocated. Okay, so we can discuss about this all virtual CPU, virtual machine, everything. What is virtual means, and how they replicate those in terms of virtual machines or operating systems and all that. But consolidation ratio you can understand with case studies, and I will give some examples going forward. But let's understand one Microsoft case study, how they build the whole server system. I think they're one of the biggest project is underwater data centers. Okay, how it works. Just take an example. Definitely they will use virtualization, the way I explained, the data storage, everything. But there is a one project called Natix. Okay, Natic. Natic is that project. Natic is the Microsoft project. They are actually placing the data centers underwater instead of the land. Okay, what will happen if you do that? Definitely the energy efficiency, because underwater your temperature can be lower, right? Definitely you don't need separate cooling, and it is reliably can be used. So what they have done is, why they put under natural seawater cooling reduces energy used for air conditioning and cooling, right? That whole expenses can be reduced. And a stable temperature environment, because they put it in a certain depth like 35 meters or 117 feet below the sea level they put it. Okay, and they also install this near the coastal region where a lot of population is there, so they need the data, access the data, right? So you are putting it near the coastal region and also putting underwater 35 meters below. So that, like example, it is given, you know, Orkney Islands in Scotland, they have put it, right? They put this whole stuff in the steel container, and they will connect required power or network through fiber optic cables in the water, inside the water. Okay, so this is one example of data centers inside the water by Microsoft, right? So how this is done, and what are the key observations they have by using this? The servers showed much lower failure rates than land-based data centers, because minimum human intervention is there. Once you set it up, nothing, nobody can touch it, right? So it has improved the reliability. And passive cooling using surrounding seawater, so there is no separate cooling required. Energy, definitely they can use some renewable energy sources, wind or solar, or even they can generate electricity from the water waves or whatever, right? There can be various ways to generate the renewable energy. So what benefits they found with this project is, they found that reduced the cooling cost, faster deployment using prefabricated units, and lower carbon footprint because you are consuming less power, and reduce latency because you are putting this server very close to the user base, coastal users, right? So the operational model is lights out operation. So basically, no on-site human maintenance is required once you put it. Okay, it is showing why, what is the project metric, and how and why they put it in underwater, right? Natural cooling, energy saving, energy efficient, closer to the users, and isolated environment, right? So no human intervention, so reliable. So basically, found to have minimum disturbance to the marine life also, because they put it in a way that it very closer to the coast, so it is not even disturbing the existing marine life also, right? So basically, this is one case study of a data centers by Microsoft underwater. Okay, so why they have done it, I think it is very clear. You can see it is definitely, there are some challenges. It is hard to maintain because inside the water there is a corrosion issues, there is scalability concerns, right? How many and how much money we need to spend, and where to put it, right? That space, all those challenges can be there. But definitely they found better, 8x fewer failures, faster deployment, improved reliability, and even reduced the cost, operating cost. We talked about operational cost also. So what you studied is data centers. What is the data center? How they are evolved? What are the different components of the data center? We talked about a case study of Google data center. We talked about how the storage is maintained. There are three types: direct attached storage, network attached storage, and storage area network. So all three examples I gave. And we also talk about AWS data center for storage, right? S3. The rise of the monolithic storage array is what we discussed today: block versus file storage, and the virtualization of compute. Okay, software defined servers. And we talked about Microsoft as underwater data center. Okay, so with that we finish the third session. Okay, so if you are okay, we can take a quiz. You guys are ready? Or should we do it at the end? I can start the fourth one and then take the quiz. Anybody has any thought? Should I start the quiz right now, or we should do it at the end of the class? Abhishek, what do you think? Should we start the quiz immediately? You are okay? Whatever we discuss. So let's start the quiz. Okay, 10 minutes I will give. So right now time is 2:40 p.m. in Japan. So 2:50 p.m. I will give you one more extra minute for you. I will stop sharing and put the quiz for you here. Okay, let's see. So you just need to online quickly. It is very simple quiz. Let's see, 10 marks. You just check the options and tick the right one. Okay, so let me do it right away. And I will give the instructions also how to do it. Okay. Okay, I am just putting the link in the chat. Let me know if you can see the link. Okay, so what you have to do is um, open the link and duplicate it. You can click on this. Let me share also my screen so that you can all know how to do it. Okay, you go to the link. So you click on this link. Okay, and once you click on the link, you see there is something called duplicate it. Click on this, duplicate it. Okay, like this, click on this. So basically once you duplicate it, you will see the, oh my god, it is asking me to log into Microsoft. Okay, scan the QR code with the device using iOS 16 or later. Okay, let me scan the code. Okay, it's connecting. Continue. Oh, password. Okay, guys, are you able to at least look at the quiz? Click on that one, and you can why
Sir, after duplicate it, anything to do or directly we can start?
after you can start. You can just start. I will please start. I hope you duplicate it and you can start and just answer this question. 10 questions. I will give you enough time. I have already said 2:43 for me now. We will stop at, you can just submit it once you are done. Okay, 2:53 p.m. JST, you can stop. Submit before 2:53 p.m. JST. Okay, So this is a quiz for, so just look at the quiz, okay? This, please find CS03 class quiz. Not able to see the quiz? How? Please click on this link, okay? This link. Who is Surabhi? Can you please see this link here? This one. If you click it, you can see it.
Unable. Yeah, I am just clicking on that link, but unable to access that link. Let me just refresh and we'll let you know.
Please,
Just give
please,
me.
please, please try. Please try. You look at this. I hope others are already doing it.
Sir, if I'm
And
selecting one
yes,
question's option, but it is not selecting for all.
uh, s-
After duplicating.
this one and this one. What selecting all? Once, okay, you are saying once you duplicate it, you are not able to select for everything.
Yes, sir. Not what's. I'm not able to select.
Okay,
I
why
will
don't
try once again.
we please try, because this should work. Okay, because others have tried this and it worked. So let's see. See, like here it is asking, right? Point out the wrong statement. You can see which one is wrong out of this. Virtualization assigns a logical name for a physical resource and then provides the pointer to basically pointer to whatever, like compute resource or shared memory or network. I think this is very simple quiz. How about others? I'm sharing my screen, right? All of you can see my screen. If there is a technical issue, don't worry about it, but try to answer. We can just go through the answers also later. Survey, you are able to see it now?
Yes, sir, able to access, but after duplicating it, asking for the ID, so providing that.
What is happening after duplication? You are not able to click.
Asking for the Microsoft ID. So I'm just giving that.
Please, Microsoft ID, please give it to your ID so that I'm also checking with these guys to how do I see everybody's report individual, because your ID will help you to let me know who has answered what.
Sir, can I share my screen and can you help me in this?
Please,
Getting
please,
same.
please, please share it.
Yeah, 1 minute. Sir, are you able to see?
Yes, I can see it, your screen.
But here, how we can select here it's coming like
Yeah,
this.
you can. Yeah, correct. One. Yeah.
Okay,
They all are one click. Yeah, you can see that one is selected and rest are cross. So you can just do like that for everything and then submit.
but where is the submit option, sir?
Can you go down? Collect responses. You can see the collect responses. You just click on that. Here,
Okay,
you can just click on that. But first you finish your answers and then collect responses. So it will collect at one place. Okay.
okay,
You got it? Okay.
yeah, got it.
Thanks for sharing. Thanks for sharing and letting everybody know how to do it. So don't worry. I will have multiple such quizzes, right? So let's see this. I wanted to check how it works and hopefully you are able to do it. So it's not a question, not a problem at all. If you find a lot of difficulty, you're not able to share or I'm not able to, manage it, logistics of this, then we can do another one. But let's see how it goes.
So I have just submitted the quiz. Are you able to see my ID?
I will be able to. Let me do that later. But right, if you are submitted, that's great. Okay. So you are able to do that, right? Great, Surabhi. Thank you so much. You did it before time. Excellent. Was it difficult, Surabhi? You were able to answer all the questions?
Yes, sir.
Good. Very good. Anybody else is facing problem? I see 75 engineers already here. So I hope all 75 people can submit it. So if Surabhi is able to do it, everybody should be able to do it. Anyone has any doubt also, you can ask, no problem. So if you're all done, you can start early, no problem. Okay. It was very simple. Just wanted to check how it works and next time. So let me wait for 3 minutes till you finish it.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm audible, right?
Yes,
So
you are.
actually, when I'm trying to submit the quiz, right? So
Mhm.
while duplicating that submit option is not visible as mentioned before, and while clicking on that collect responses, right?
Correct.
So it's not giving us a proper option to submit it actually.
No, that
I'll share.
just okay. Share it.
Yeah,
Share it
let
with
me
me.
share.
Sir, after that, we need to send a mail to us and then it will come to the quiz. We need to copy the link,
Copy the link, huh?
collect
this
responses,
Finger.
and then
yes.
copy the link, and we need to send. And now the quiz has been started.
Okay. Let's do that. Okay. So can somebody who has understood can explain, because I'm also doing this first time. Okay. So you collect the response, right? Then what you do? Can you please repeat?
If
You need to send your mail, copy the link,
Yeah.
send the mail and copy the link and try to
Start.
quiz,
There is
start the
there's
quiz.
something called start the quiz, right? You have to
Yeah,
do this.
if you copy the link and open,
Mm-hmm.
then it will be show the answers.
Okay.
I think in
Can you
that case, so I think
just a
then
minute?
duplication.
Just hold on. Just hold 1 minute. Who is sharing right now?
I was sharing.
Okay, just a minute, Jyoti. So just hold. Who was explaining? Let me take his input. So can you please share it? Whoever has done it perfectly, can you share it? Survi, how did you do it? You are the one. Can you share it? What you did, Survi?
So I have done it through my mobile and I'm now seeing it. Like
You
I
can't.
just did on collect responses, and after that I just take my name, like submit my ID, and after that I just click on Outlook and Teams and
Right.
send. After that it showed like it's done.
Yeah, because it will. I think finally, end of the day, I should get the mail with your response. That's all. Correct?
Okay, yeah, I've sent it through Outlook and even Teams also. I think you received
I
a
should be able to.
message
I
from
should
me.
be able to see it. Okay. But Teams message, I don't. Where the message will come? In the Teams, right? You are saying? Okay.
Yeah, it was having two options, Outlook and Teams, and I just clicked
Okay.
on both.
Good. Okay. Even if you do one, that's fine. By the way, if you have problem and you are not able to do it, don't worry about it. Okay. I'm not going to say you lose all 10 marks. Okay. We will figure it out. I can have multiple quizzes, not a problem. But I wanted to just make sure this works, right? So Webo, you are saying, okay, Ramya is saying here, okay, Ramya is explaining duplicate preview works, okay. Webo, are you able to submit the quiz? The way
Yeah,
Survi
yeah, I'm
explained?
following the process.
Done. Okay, Ashish
Let me
is
check.
done. Great. Thank you so much, Ashish. Okay, anybody want to just describe what you did? So basically it is very duplicate it. Then Surbi, what is the next? If you could duplicate it, what happens?
If I did it, I will send you the screenshot. I just clicked the
Yeah,
screenshot.
just send it here only, meeting chat.
Yeah, I'm just doing. Just give me a
So next time
I
onwards,
got
I
this
think
message.
okay. And then you said let's inform on the Teams as well as through email, and you did that, right? After you
Yeah. So I
complete. Okay.
pasted the screenshot.
Yes, I saw it. Okay, basically message sent. That means you have already finished your quiz and message is sent to me. Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, got it. In the Teams also. Okay. By the way, okay, start now. Okay. By the way, Pedi Raju, right? Kulan Pedi Raju, he just showed you. Start now, it will come. So it will come to your Teams. You can just say start now, and then you can do it. Okay. Dekha, Prabal Dekha also has done it. Okay. Looks like you guys are, most of you are done. Okay. Let me see if you have a challenge. Anybody? Thanks, Survey. I think you are able to do it correctly. All of you can hear me. Looks like I was got disconnected. You can hear me, guys. Survey, you can hear me? Okay. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Let me know who was not able to do it. I think most of you are able to do it. I will. Please, guys, please mute if you are talking to. Yashwant, please mute your microphone. So who is not able to do it? I am not able to do. Who was that person? Bhavna, you are not able to do? Can you share your screen? Let's do it quickly. Doesn't matter. I know it. 10 minutes wastage. Okay. Okay. Let's say Bhavna, can you share your screen, please? Yogesh is not able to do. How? They don't have Microsoft account or something. Can you please, one of you share it? Yogesh, you can share, or Bhavna, you can share. Okay. Who else? Can you please type your message here? Whoever is not able to do it.
Sir,
I
is my
see.
screen visible?
Who is sharing? Bhavna, you are sharing?
I'm sharing, sir.
Yes, please. I can see the screen. Yes. So
No.
did you say duplicate it? Can you put duplicate it? No, no, no. You duplicate it first, no? Don't
Okay,
give
okay.
answers. Duplicate it. Okay. Duplicate means then you become of your own, right? So this is your. Then you select the answer. Then you collect the. You can now do the answer. Okay. Give your answers. Don't
But
worry about this quiz, but you can, right? You can put the answers on your this one and then say collect the this one, and then you will I think you get to the Teams, then you say start quiz, and then you can either submit to your Teams, or you can send the email, or you do both, like Survey did both. Okay, who else is not able to do? Yogesh, are you there? So
So
next,
I am there, but I have a policy that I can't share the screen.
okay, why? Let me see. This is
It's city policy,
Yogesh.
sir.
No, no, let me. I
sir,
can.
just a small doubt. So I have
Yes,
to
please.
click on collect response, right? Afterwards.
Correct, correct, correct.
And then I have to copy the
You,
link or something.
yeah, that you will get. So after that, what happens if you collect it? I thought it will ask you whether you can send it
Paste
through.
your mail ID and then copy the link.
Yeah, paste your mail ID. Where is it? Okay, share this, right? Start the quiz,
Yes.
right? Oh, you put it your email ID and then start the quiz. Okay. Okay, good. Thank you. Okay, and
Just
then
start the quiz.
no, I think you should send, right? Send. I think you already done the quiz, no? You already done it.
Yes,
You can just
yes.
send it. Just send it. That's all. You are done. Basically, now Yogesh, what is your problem? You are not able to share the screen, but did you understand the steps, Yogesh? I think most of you are understood. Anybody who is not able to understand, okay? I think most of you have understood.
Yes, sir. I will try. I'll try, sir, again.
Okay, good. Please do it. Okay, so don't worry. I will take some. So just to let you know what I am thinking, we will have 25 marks, okay, for any quiz or assignment, whatever I will decide, okay, and then 30 marks you will have closed book exam. 30 plus 25 is 55, and 45 marks we will have last exam open book. You can take material, everything, and solve. Is it clear to all of you? 25 plus 30 plus 45. Is it clear or not? Please tell me. Say yes if you understood how you are going to be assessed for this course. 25 marks will be quiz and assignment, and 30 marks is your closed book exam, and 45 marks is the last comprehensive exam, 45 marks. Okay. Yogesh, is it clear to you? Are you done, by the way, Yogesh?
Yes, sir.
Okay, wonderful.
That's clear,
Thank you
sir.
so
But
much.
I'm trying. I'm not able to figure out the steps. I will do it,
No,
sir.
no, but no, you say
Yeah, yeah.
just do it now, duplicate it, okay, and
I'll
then
duplicate it.
you just
I'm not
answer the.
getting any notification in mail
No, no,
also
no,
and
no, no,
Teams
no, no,
also,
no, no,
sir.
no. You will not get it. Hold on. Just listen. Now I understood
Mm,
how it works. Okay, you duplicate it, right?
mm.
Then you get the
Okay.
whole screen. You just answer it and then share your results, right? There is one button at the top, right? Is it there?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So
there.
if you click that, you will get a
Mm,
message. Okay. If you get a
okay.
message, then you can give your email ID and just send it. That's all.
Okay. I'll do it, sir.
That message will contain the answers that you are given. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That
Mm,
start quiz comes, no, that start quiz means actually this whole thing is coming, so that will be there, and then you put your
mm.
email ID to, and send it to me, send it to
Okay.
yourself or
Okay, sir.
send it to me. But guys, it has to come to me, right? You should send it to me,
Yeah.
Yeah,
right?
even I was getting confused that why am I being
Send
sending
it
it
to
to
me.
myself,
No
sir.
problem, no problem. Don't worry. Okay, next time onwards we'll do it right way. But I will tell you how it works. Okay, if I give this link, you click on it,
Mm.
duplicate it, answer it, then save your results. Then you will get it. Put my email ID and send it. That's all.
So I
Or put it
have
in
done
SharePoint.
it just now, sir. Can you just check if you received it on Teams?
Teams should be uh, start now. Okay, I just clicking. By the way, guys, you can see my screen.
Mm.
No, sir.
No,
No,
let
sir.
me
No, sir.
share.
No, sir.
Okay,
I have
okay,
also
okay.
done, sir. Can you able to see?
I will try. Okay, it looks like what is happening in the Teams. Everybody, whoever putting in the Teams now, I'm getting it message. Okay, so I have to
Hmm.
say start now, and then I have to evaluate. Okay, so I'm getting it. So be your message. I got it. You can see my screen, right? Now
Yes,
I'm
sir.
sharing. So then it is asking me to sign in for myself, right? I have to sign in for myself. So
Hmm.
I will say my email ID, right? This is my email ID, and then also next, it will ask me the password. This is the password. Okay, password it is saying wrong. Okay, let me. Okay, I just went to UK, enter the code. It has sent me the code. Okay, let me put the code. Okay, I got the code. Uh, okay, guys, so that is my part. Okay, whatever you are seeing is my part. Okay, I will get a code. I will put it here, then verify. Then I will see your quiz. Okay, so you can put me in the email, or you can put it in a. You can see my screen, right? See, everybody has sent their. Whoever has sent it on this one, I got it. And if you have sent the email, I will have email also. Let me see my email. Add another ID. Okay, so guys, I will let you know next time. Okay, while I'm clicking the start now, I'm getting below message. No, you should not say start now. What you have to do is you have to send it to me. You can put an email ID and send it to me. Okay. Reddy Raju, you understand? Kolamti, Reddy Raju, you don't click on start now because you already done it. Start now is for me once I get a message on my Teams. Okay, let me explain now. Okay, no problem. We are okay still. So once I give you the link, you go there, duplicate it, answer it, collect the results. Then you can send it to your email ID, my email ID, because that you already collect the you have already answered it. It will either come to me on the Teams like this. See, let's say. Okay, Salma Begum, right? He has sent it, right? Yadav Ajay has sent it, right? So Yadav Ajay has sent it. So I will say start now, and then I will look at it. It may ask me for my okay. Let's keep this account secure. Okay. Okay, I'll get a code. Okay, what is saying? Enter the code. Code I got it. Let me put the code. Invites you to complete this. Start the quiz. Okay.
Sir, open your authenticator app
Authenticator app. Okay.
and check there is a code is there
Got it.
in your ID, this ID.
Authenticator code. Yes. Yes. So there is a code here. So that I have to put it, right? I think it is authenticator should be on my laptop, on my phone, or where? But my phone, whichever phone is given to this email ID. Second. Authenticator. Okay. Okay. ID is there.
So just now I have
Okay.
sent you the screenshot. Can you check?
You have sent the screenshot. What is your name, please? You have put it on
Ashish, the
Ashish
first
Rahul,
one.
right? Okay, okay. Okay. So this is the one.
Sir, I don't know, sir, how to send use like this. I don't know from where.
Okay, okay. You said your is like 9 out of 10. It is showing. Huh? How did you get this, by the way?
Sir, I have just taken screenshot.
Okay, okay. Whatever you got it. Okay, your screenshot. Understood. But you are saying how to send it. You
Sir,
can
the
just
link
send.
you are getting copied now.
Hmm?
Even I also got the same page.
Okay,
Like the ones we are clicking on the link and we are getting copied. After that,
okay.
just paste that link in the another tab and you will see the quiz. And after that, just submit the answers and submit the quiz. You will get your result.
Did everybody understand? No?
Can you repeat, Surbi?
Yeah, you can share your screen. I will let you know.
Yeah, share the screen.
Just
I'm sharing my screen. Yeah. Is my screen visible?
Yes.
yeah, just go to the quiz, collect responses.
Did you write
Okay.
collect responses?
Click on
Okay.
that
So
and you will have that copy link. Yeah, and now copy this link to the another tab. Just paste, and you will get the click to start, and just click the answers and submit at the end, and
So
you will
this
get
code that
your.
comes, I have to mail sir for that.
No, I that's not sure. I
you
just got the
okay.
score.
Okay, let's see the
At the
score.
end, you will
It
get the submit button.
looks like you are yourself getting the score, right? That's not a
Yeah,
problem.
correct, sir.
No problem. Okay, I'll find
After
out the.
that, how we can send to you, sir? I don't know.
Don't worry. I will let you know. Okay, right now this okay. Don't worry about this quiz, but this is just for understanding us how to do it. I wanted to see even it should automatically come to the some spreadsheet and all that. I will work with those guys to find out how your answers stored in one spreadsheet and everybody's name, if you see, I have just sent a message to them. I wanted to see student A, B, then question 1 to question 3, 1, 0, whatever marks, and then total marks, and it should go to the spreadsheet and I should be able to see it. That's what I was trying to see. We'll figure it out. Not a problem. Okay, I will let you know. Thanks. But I hope all of you are able to at least see the questions. Don't worry about the marks and all that. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Thank you. Okay. I will have similar quiz. This is your example. You can say I will create such similar quiz. 25 marks will be there. 10, 10, or I will just give you some assignment, some case study or something. We'll figure it out together. Okay. And then
Okay, sir.
the 25 marks will be allocated for that. 30 marks is for your open book exam and 45 marks will be for your comprehensive. Okay. That's fine. So ignore today's quiz, but I will let you know, give the correct instructions, and I will also figure it out. How do I do it automated? But looks like you are able to see your answers if you have done it properly. Is that true? You are able to see, Surbi, your marks? Who got 10 out of 10? Anybody can tell? Couple of people said they got
So I got 9.
You didn't see it. Anybody is able to
No,
see
sir,
it?
I'm able to see. I got 9.
9. Very, very good. Excellent. Okay, who has not seen the at least quiz? Okay. Okay, somebody is here. Okay. Anyway, I will let you know exactly and how we will do it also. I will tell you. Okay, no problem. So let's get started. Am I sharing my screen? You can see my screen? Say yes, please, if you can see my screen. Yes?
Yes.
Yes, thank you. Okay, let's go to the fourth one. Okay. So this is smaller one, very compact, but very, very good for you to learn. Okay, I will just go there first. So what are the points in this? Basically, last class we talked about. Okay, so now virtualization is in this. We will learn all about virtualization complete. Okay, this whole class is for virtualization. Whatever I can finish today, I will finish. Rest we can take next time. And also I will let you know exactly how you do step by step quiz and how do I manage it overall, and record your answers and everything. But today I just tell you 25 marks will be for this one, quiz and assignments, whatever we will decide. 30 marks is for your closed book and 45 marks for your open book last comprehensive exam. Okay, so with that, virtualization means transforming a classic data center into the virtualized software defined data center. Okay, so how you do it is what we will discuss now. Okay, so you know how the data centers are evolved, right? Initially, historically, what was there? Data centers were just compute resources, and they are connected to your physical memory, right? There was some networking, network card, or you can say switches, something, right? And you have some memory, right? So basically, traditionally, how the data center were there. So how we evolved, we had data centers that changed from a just 1 second. Just give me 1 second. Sorry, guys. Let's see. This is the evolution, right? Mainframe computers. This is oldest one, right? This was oldest one. Then we had, client servers, then mobile cloud, and then edge. This is how the whole evolution happened. This is not picture very clear, but I will fix it and send it to you when I send it to you. But you can imagine data center evolution, historical, how it traditional to the modern data centers, how it happened, right? First, initially, there were computing components were there, like servers, like processor, memory, network, right? as a core infrastructure, right? Like Intel Xeon processor with DDR interface, DDR memory for reading and writing to the DRAMs, right? And then the non-volatile memories, SSDs and all that, right? So basically they're all building blocks connected in the data center physically, right? Then there are networking platforms we talked about, like Google data center networking architecture, right? Where Google B4 network connecting global data centers, right? Smart network routing for efficiency. Then storage, we talked about three types of storage, that's NAS and SAN, right? Where AWS we talked about, right? S3, and then monolithic. Last is today's last part was monolithic storage arrays, where we have traditional storage which are going to each system. Instead of that, we had a full monolithic data and we put it together. Like old approach was centralized, but now we have virtualization. And the latest and greatest thing is software defined servers, where Microsoft underwater we talked about, right? So NATRIC project, so how they would, what is the benefit of this, and how it bring in the energy efficiency and all that. So we talked about this whole step by step how the data centers were evolved, right? Now virtualization, right? What is the core concept? Core concept is, in a virtualization we have a classic data center, then you have virtualized computer, right? And then virtualized storage, then virtualized network, and then completely virtual data center. You can see the evolution. First we have actual physical components connected, then we have a virtualized computer, then what we do in that, then virtualized storage, and then virtualized network, and then you have the complete virtualized data center. So how this virtualization work? Virtualization, we transform the traditional data center into the virtualized data center through core element virtualization. What are the core elements? The computer, the storage, the network, everything, right? And everything. So there is something called a software called hypervisor. This software will allow you multiple operating systems on physical machines interacting with the hardware, right? So the virtual machine, right? So by the way, did you know what is VMM stands for? Anybody can talk? And kernel operating system. I hope in one of the courses you must have studied what is operating system, different types of operating system, Linux, iOS, Android, all that, right? Did you know it, or you want me to briefly explain? What is VMM? Anybody can tell me the long form of VMM? Anybody can tell me what is VMM means? Virtual machine monitor. Okay. Virtual machine monitor. You can think about architecture like, you can say, different multiple applications, and we have hypervisor, that is that at VM level, and we have virtual machine monitor plus the kernels. So that is nothing but virtual machine monitor is a software that creates, run and manages the virtual machines. So you can imagine, if you have virtual machines which are not the physical machines, but these virtual machines are managed through VMM, virtual machine monitor they call it. Okay, so VMM is actually the example of hypervisor. Okay, so and hypervisor is a software, virtual software, right? So VMM and hypervisor means the same thing. Okay, VMM is the technical academic term, but hypervisor is a industry or common term. So this is, you can say, what the VMM does, what is the virtualization, or what is the hypervisor does. It actually allocates the CPU, memory, storage, and IOs to the virtual machines. Virtual machines on next to it. I will show you the complete picture of virtual data center, then you can understand. It will ensure that isolation between all the virtual machines is done. The VMM's job is to isolate each of the virtual machines. Then it will schedule the virtual machine execution on the physical CPUs, which are at the bottom of the, you can say, bottom level, right? It will schedule the virtual machine execution on the physical CPU, and it will handle all the privileged instructions from guest operating system. So let me show you the block diagram. Okay, before that, let's first get the understanding. What is hypervisor? Is a software, right? Virtual monitor, virtual machine monitor and kernel. And then components are, you know, that operating system, virtual machines, right? And two-layer architecture, basically. Two-layer means kernel plus applications, and bottom is a hypervisor. Okay. So what is virtual machine? Virtual machine means logical entity with a virtual CPU, virtual memory, virtual RAM, right? Virtual disk, and it will have at the bottom of this physical machines to guest operating system. So you can actually think about it is portability across the host, right? And virtualization layer only talks about it will reside between the hardware CPU and memory, or all this network controller chip or hard disk drive, right? And virtual machines. So that is a virtualization layer. So let me show you the picture, then you can understand where is that picture. Not in this. I have to maybe show you the previous presentation. Let me show that. I hope you can see my screen, right? I wanted to show you that diagram. Where it is. In some other presentation, sorry. I wanted to show you the virtualization hypervisor, that block levels. Let me explain, not explain, I have to show the picture. It is not in this. No. In the second. 1 second. It must be on the 3. Sorry, I was showing there. This is what I wanted to show. You see this I discussed today, right? You see virtualization server. So basically virtual machines, as you can imagine, a virtual CPUs was their own operating system and applications, and then virtualization server, that whole top level you can see is virtualization, and real hardware is your physical server and the storage. This is what I wanted to show you picture. I think I discussed this today. Okay, I hope you understood where is the virtualization. See, this is what the picture is, where software defined servers means you have these virtual machines. Virtual machines consist of the applications, different applications, and this operating system, right, for each. And you have this one virtual machine, second, third. All these are virtual CPUs plus applications and operating system. And this is virtual server, and then actually real physical servers are here. So this whole thing is called virtualization. Okay, so let me go here. So components you understand, virtual machine you understand, and virtualization layer you understand. Okay, so that is what is the benefit of this virtualization. So in the original, in the non-virtualized case, you will have a single operating system, right? But after virtualization, you will have multiple operating system. I just showed you the diagram. So flexibility is there. And hardware, in the before virtualization, it is tightly, hardware software are tightly coupled. One big server, then you will have memory. These are all operating system is in that server. So this is all tightly coupled, everything. But in the virtualization, operating system apps, they are in the virtual machine, and then we'll have this hardware independent at the bottom of the layer, right? And what is the issue with before virtualization? It resource will be wasted. Virtualization will now, virtual machine will in isolation. That the issue in the virtualization is virtual machine isolation. How do you isolate it? Okay, so that is one of the challenge. What are the resource utilization looks like? In before virtualization, you have 20 to 30% utilization, But in case of after virtualization, you can see very good utilization, almost 70 to 80% utilization you can see, because we are putting the whole memory together, hardware set is in the second layer, and then virtualization will create virtual machine OS and virtualization servers, and that will help you to manage the resources. Software will manage all those resources, right? So infrastructure, in case of before virtualization, which is very inflexible, inexpensive, if you want to increase, you have to just add resources, utilization is low, that you saw. But in case of virtualization, you can very flexibility, low cost, and OpEx will be reduced, right? Scalability before virtualization is limited. After virtualization, dynamically you can scale it, right? It will help you to grow as required. And a management perspective, before virtualization you have to manually manage it. It is complex, inefficient, but after virtualization you can do through automation, right? Softwares and centralized management can be done, right? It will give you operational efficiency. So this is the good table for you to understand how the virtualization helps, what are the challenges in virtualization, before virtualization, what we do in case of a different aspect of management of the operating data center. Okay, so then this cross 86 virtualization requirements and architecture, how it looks like. You can see that in the full virtualization case, how it looks like. You can imagine a host computer system, that hardware is there, and you have different ring 0, ring 1, ring 2, ring 3. What it means and what is there in each ring, it is given here. So ring 0, you can have operating system, and ring 1, ring 2, ring 3, you can imagine as a user apps, and OS in the ring 0. Okay, so uh, in cross 86 privilege rings, basically protection mechanism is implemented. Okay, but in a what is the challenge in virtualization in the case in this kind of full virtualization? Placing virtualization layer below operating system, right? Capturing and translating privileged instructions at runtime. This is the challenge. Okay, so what are the virtualization techniques used? We have different techniques. You can see the 3 columns here: full virtualization, para virtualization, and hardware assisted virtualizations. So what are these 3? We will discuss in details, but you can see from the picture also, in a full virtualization you have this host computer system, but in a para virtualization you have one more layer called virtualization layer, and the rest is all thing, so uh, you can see that at ring 0 what is it, and what is at ring 1 and ring 2. All these details are given, but I will explain this by taking one case study of this, each of the virtualization details, right? What are the techniques used, right? So binary translation is real time capture and translation of privileged operating system instructions at runtime. So what happens in a binary translation? What is a resource optimization? Resource optimization means improved utilization, flexibility through hardware abstraction. This is all happens when you do the virtualization, right? And in the case of modern standards, what we use right now, hardware assisted virtualization, right? So we have AMD underscore V, or AMD dash V, or Intel VT. These are all example of standard assistation used in a virtualization case. Okay, so we'll take a case studies, then you will understand better. But this table is just giving you the idea of different virtualization and how it architected, basically full virtualization, para virtualization, and hardware assisted virtualization. We will go to the details by taking the case study, but just top level understand how the cross 86 virtualization is done, because mostly Intel servers are based on the cross 86 architecture. Okay, and there is something called hypervisor. Again, hypervisor is a software part of it. You can imagine, just we talked about the name VMM to that, right? VMM and hypervisor is same thing. So basically you have a hardware, right? And we have hypervisor, and then we have virtual machine. Virtual machine will have only the apps and operating system. You can imagine top side, whatever you see the left side picture, apps and OS is a virtual machine, then hypervisor and your hardware. Okay, that hardware will be actual hardware servers and the memory also together. That red color is both compute resources as well as memory. Okay, and in case of hosted virtualization, you have only difference is the operating system is between hypervisor and the hardware. Okay, so what it is, we will just see in the description. In first one is called bare metal. Bare metal means operating system is installed on x86 base metal hardware directly, and it was required a certified hardware. Okay, so examples are given: hyper dash v or kvm. These are the examples. Okay, for enterprise data centers they use this bare metal hyper systems, right? Type 1, it's called bare metal virtualization type 1. Okay, so you can see the architecture: virtual machine, hypervisor, and the hardware will have actual servers and the memory. And in case of type 2, that is a hosted virtualization, we have a operating system between hypervisor and the hardware. Okay, so in this is the install an operating application on existing operating system and relies on the operating system for device support and resource management. So that's why you can see that blue color operating system is given in between the hypervisor and the hardware. Okay, so the VMware workstation, VirtualBox, these are some of the characteristics of this hosted virtualization. Okay, so during the development and testing, generally they use it, the second type one. So what are the VMM components? Virtual machine monitor manages the VM isolation. That is one of the task, because virtual machines are so many. How do you isolate them? Then through the software, through the hypervisor or through this virtualization, you need to allocate the resources, right? So virtual hardware abstraction need to be done, right? So basically it will do the resource scheduling and all that. Okay, and what are the virtual components? Each virtual machine will be provided with the standardized resources like virtual CPU, virtual RAM, virtual disk, or virtual network controller card. Okay, network card. So all this is helpful for portability perspective. And x86 architecture support the CPU, memory, and NIC cards, hard disk virtualization, right? So basically you can say this is complete virtualization is the characteristics of the overall hypervisor types and in the architecture perspective, right? Full compatibility. If you want to do it, you can just not do the virtualization at the memory level or server level or network level, but complete virtualization at the data center level. So step by step, from the hardware to memory to network to the complete data center. Okay, so this is the some of the techniques comparison, like what is bare metal, what is hosted, and what is a conventional server. Conventional server, you see the rightmost one, it will have your hardware, right? And you'll have the host operating system and then apps. This is the, you can say the commercial, or you can say conventional server system. Then in virtualization, you can have the operating system, hosted hypervisor, you have operating system between hypervisor and hardware. And in the bare metal, you will have the hypervisor and the hardware and connected to the virtual machine. Virtual machine is nothing but apps and the operating systems. So I think this is the complete virtualization explained in this table: full virtualization, para virtualization, and hardware assisted virtualization. Okay, so what is the benefit of all virtualization? Hardware assisted reduce the virtualization overhead versus full para virtualization, and there is definitely some pros and cons for each of these. Okay, so I hope you understand what is the hardware assisted means. Hardware assisted means hypervisor aware CPU handles privileged instructions, right? Reduced overhead. AMD -V and Intel VT are the examples of hardware assisted. This, it will give you optimal performance, but the drawbacks is it depends upon the CPU, how the CPU is built, right? What is that CPU capability, hardware capability, on that it will done. So all the modern systems are hardware assisted. Okay, like example are AMD's and Intel's VT systems that they built. Okay, so please go through this table just to get the top level picture. Okay, although I'll get to the case study and show you. But at this point of time, top level, you just understand how the conventional server was done, how was hosted hypervisor means what it, how the layers are, how each that whole data center is designed, and then bare metal case what it is, right, and how it is done. So I will take an example of each of these by using the case study and explain you the details. But at this point of time, you can just understand top level what is the pros and cons of doing each of these different virtualization, full virtualization or para virtualization or hardware system virtualizations, right? Okay, and this one again, if you see the virtual machine architecture and files, okay, you can see this example where you can see there are different file types, right? Virtual machine user view, virtual machine hypervisor view, configuration file, virtual disk file, support files, and file system. So what is it, each of this, and how it is architected? You can see top side app and guest operating system is a virtual machine, and then there is a virtualization, right? So there is a type 1 hypervisor or type 2 hypervisor. In the type 2 case, you have the operating host operating system in between the hypervisor and the hardware. But in case of the type 1 bare metal one, you will have the hardware, hypervisor, and your virtual machines. Okay, so it is just giving you the idea of what is the purpose and each of these system file types, right? So first, let's take an example of virtual machine user view. Logical compute system running operating system and applications like a physical machine. So you have the virtual CPU. Think about it. Virtual CPU. That is called virtual machine. Virtual machine is a logic compute system. It is running its own operating system. It has all the applications on it, and it's running like a physical machine, but it's not physical. It's a virtual CPU. Okay, so in the storage is not directly attached to that virtual machine. It is in a virtual environment basically. Okay, it is all at the bottom of the system, right? That is hardware. In that you have the memory. Virtual machine hypervisor view, that means discrete set of files, right? Like disk, BIOS, log files, everything. Okay, so this is how the virtual machine hypervisor view will look like. So the data store, NAS, SAN, we talked about different memories, how the storage is in terms of NAS and SAN. Okay, so it is not a directly attached, right? So configuration file stores virtual machine creation choices, CPU count, memory, network, adapters, disk types, all that is done in the configuration files. Okay, and then virtual disk file means stores the virtual machine disk contents, appears as a physical disk, but it is not, right? It is a virtual machine can have multiple disk. Okay, it is not, because it is not physically connected, it will have lot of multiple disk virtually connected, virtual disk file. And a support file means like suppose BIOS or paging when running or log troubleshooting, all that these associated files will be available, right, as support files, right? So basically it is this is talking about just a operational support, right? So basically, and the end file system means you have VMFS. I don't know whether you heard about this word, cluster file system. Anybody has heard about this before? VMFS meaning what? What is it? VMFS. Okay, VMFS, this means virtual machine file system. Okay, and what it is? So virtual machine file system is a clustered file system used by the VMware to store the virtual machine files on the shared storage. Okay, actually it allows you multiple virtualization servers to access the same storage simultaneously. So that is the VMFS. Okay, so where it is used? Where is VMFS used? It is used on VMware data stores. Okay, it is backed by the SAN storage. Okay, we talked about what is SAN storage, right? So what VMFS stores? It actually stores the virtual disk, virtual machine configuration files, and snapshot files, logs, and swap files. Okay, and why VMFS is important? Because it will give you the shared access, that means multiple host can see the same data store. Okay, and it will enable like a virtual machine migration and all that. It supports a high availability. Okay, they called HAS, and it is designed for high performance and reliability. Okay, so if somebody asks you what are the key features of VMFS, you should say it is a clustered file system, file locking to prevent the data corruption. It is possible. It supports very large files, right? And it is optimized for virtual machine workloads, and it works over block storage like a SAN block storage is used. Okay, so you can, if somebody asks you to compare VMFS versus NTFS, I don't know whether you heard about NTFS. Anybody has heard about NTFS? NTFS. What is NTFS means?
New
Have you heard?
technology file system, sir. It originated from Windows NT, and it is basically the primary file system used by Windows and the Microsoft family OSs.
Very
Windows,
good.
normal Windows Server and stuff.
Excellent. So NTFS stands for New Technology File System. Okay. So basically, this is used by Windows to store, organize, and secure the files on the hard disk. Right. Okay. It was developed by Microsoft, and it was the default file system for modern Windows operating systems. Okay. What is it used for? Can you please explain further? What is it used for, NTFS?
NTFS is used as the primary storage file system for Windows. Also, the system in Windows, it also resides in an NTFS system only.
What about external drives?
Well, for external drives, they use other file systems such as FAT32 exFAT, but NTFS has better journaling and better compatibility when it comes to Windows.
Does it help for large file support?
Yes, for large file support, well, there is a problem with FAT32 that it can't keep a single file which is more than 4 GB in size. So for that, NTFS was used for the primary file system. But right now we also have systems like exFAT, which eradicates this boundary. But still, NTFS is more popular in when it comes to using
Okay,
Windows
so
compatible drives.
very good. Thank you. You have the idea. So let me
Yeah.
just compare NTFS with FAT32, right? So basically, the NTFS will have a very large sizes. Can you please mute, guys? Can you please mute? Hello. Oh my God, somebody is turning on music. Guys, please mute. Flowery guy, please mute. Can you mute him? Do you know, guys? Where is he? Can you please mute him? Ca- Can you please mute him? Where is this guy? Okay. Okay, he is kind enough to switch it off. Okay, so let me explain the NTFS versus the older file systems called FAT32. Basically, NTFS will have a maximum file size much bigger than FAT32. Okay, security wise, NTFS better. Okay, there is a reliability perspective. NTFS is high reliable compared to FAT32, and generally used in a modern Windows is NTFS, not FAT32. Okay, so if somebody doesn't know what is FAT32, anybody knows what is FAT32? Have you heard about FAT32?
So FAT32 is file allocation table, and the
Yes.
32 signifies the 32-bit OSS. It was basically the default file system in MS-DOS.
Very
It's
good.
basically a
Excellent.
legacy file system.
Yes. So
And
basically,
also, this is like the most basic kind of file system we can have. Like every kind of electronic devices, let us assume that Bluetooth speakers and stuff, they also support this file system.
SD cards, USB drives, right? External
Exactly.
hard disks. Very good. Excellent. Okay. It is used in the USB flash drives. It is used in the memory cards like SD, micro SDs, right? And external hard drives also. It can be used. Devices like cameras, TVs, cars, infotainment systems, they use all FAT32 system. Okay, FAT32 is an older file system used to store and organize the files on the storage devices like USB drives and SD cards. Okay, good. Thank you. I think you have the idea. So let me go to my presentation. Actually, we are already out of time. What I will do, I will next presentation bring in where you directly see the case studies from big players like Google, Microsoft, or Amazon, and see how their data centers are built, how the virtualization looks like, what is the type 1 bare metal means, what is the hosted virtualization means. I will show you with the practical systems. Okay, so today's quiz, please don't worry about it, ignore it. Okay, it was just to let me also understand how I should do it, and you can also now got an idea that you can have in the class itself I can do the quiz so that people will also not miss the class, right? So they can be there and you will have surprise quiz like this so that you can quickly give it, and I will figure it out how do I automate it and how it can be made very smooth and time bound. I will tell you in the next class. Okay. We are done for today. Thank you so much. And please remember our allocation of marks. Again, I will repeat 25 marks for our quiz or assignments, 30 marks for closed book exam, and 45 marks for comprehensive exam, which will be open book, where you can take all this presentation that I'm sharing or any additional material that I share with you. You can carry with you and then you can answer the questions for that comprehensive examination. So 25, 30, 45 is your marks allocation. Thank you so much, guys, and have a great remaining day. I will stop here.